Hello there. It's another very insightful episode of Cooking and Gisting with Grace Renner. Now, on this show, you get to send me your questions or your concerns, and I answer them. And then we also discuss matters that bother on relationships, marriage, love, parenting, spirituality, or whatnot. Just send me your questions via my DM or on WhatsApp, and I'll definitely answer your question. And guess what? I will leave you anonymous. Now, besides answering your questions and gisting, yes, I cook. I'm a chef. So today I'll be making lemon cake. It's my housekeeper's birthday and I promised to bake him a cake. So I'm making lemon cake. So first up, let me introduce you to my ingredients. We have lemon, of course, the star of the day. I have my baking powder. I have eggs. I have flour. I have sugar. I have my pan and my butter for greasing my pan. I also have my grater to get the zest out of the lemon. I have groundnut oil. I also have my mixing bowl and my mixing machine. So let me read out the question I'll be answering today and then we'll go right into baking. This person sent me a DM saying, my parents are not aligning. My dad loves the guy I am currently dating, but my mother does not, and she wouldn't give her consent. Please advise me. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question while we bake. So let's get right into the baking action. Wow, your situation is clearly dicey. It shows that there is division in the home and you might just be the victim of the circumstance. Or it might just be that this is the only issue causing division. But no matter what the situation is, let me quickly profile some solutions. Number one, have a heart to heart conversation with your mom and find out why she doesn't approve of the man you brought home. Now, here are some reasons why you might want to have that conversation. Number one, the feminine intuition. She might be seeing something you all are not seeing. And, God designed women with very powerful instinct. And because you're in love, you might be ignoring your intuition. Number two, she might have prayed about the guy and gotten a no from God. Number three, maybe she feels the relationship isn't right or isn't right for you. You might understand what I mean. Maybe she's able to identify unhealthy patterns in a guy that reminds her of her marriage or a marriage that didn't go right. Now, I'll share a personal example with you. I remember dating a guy who was so lazy. He was always sleeping like, a pregnant woman at every corner. You would hardly find him not dozing. He would have work to do. He would be dozing on the job, things like that. So one day my mom told me this guy wasn't a husband material, but he was too lazy and he was going to stress me in the marriage. She also reminded me of a family relative that got married to someone with similar attributes, and the lady aged quickly and the marriage didn't last. She clearly saw what I wasn't seeing. All I knew was I didn't have peace about the relationship, but I kept going because I felt we were both spiritually aligned. Now, number four reason to have that heart conversation with her is this. Before I say, let me share a story, okay? So, a couple of years ago, a young lady came to me for counseling, and this question I'm currently answering was her exact issue. And this is one of the reasons I do this. People usually face similar issues in life, and my answer today might be someone else's solution tomorrow. Okay, now back to my story. She told me that both she and the guy she was currently dating have gotten an approval from God saying that they are future spouses. Her father was in alignment, even her pastor had given his approval, but her mom refused to give her consent. I was pretty surprised as she shared more details on the extent to which her mother was going to show her relentless disapproval. So this got me uncomfortable. I started to delve into her family matters. Then I found out that her mother has always both physically, verbally, and mentally abused her since her childhood. Her mother never liked her, never treated her like a daughter, always competing with her. So it dawned on me that the reason her mother disapproved of the man she had brought home was because her mother didn't want her daughter's happiness. It was the hatred, the jealousy, and the usual abuse playing out. So, what am I saying to you? Another reason to have a serious conversation with her is that your story might be similar to hers, and you probably might have some hard truths to confront and move on. Number two advice I'll give you is this: get your own personal confirmation and conviction from God about this guy you've brought to the house, okay, so that you're able to stand firm in your decision. God has the final say. If you get your approval from God, there's nothing that can change it. If God says this is a person for you, you'll be firm, you'll be more assertive, you'll be more determined that, to follow God as opposed to what your mom has to say about it. Now, number three advice is, it's a good thing that your dad approves. If you're sure it's a yes from God, get your dad, your mom's pastor, or any other reputable member of the family to speak to her. You never know, she just might listen. Number four, keep praying for her. Okay? Keep praying for her. The Bible says the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and like the rivers of water, he turns it to wherever he pleases. So pray for her. Okay, in this case, you want to pray that the eyes of our understanding will be enlightened, that she would align with God's will for your life. Okay, if you know that the will of God is for you to get married to this guy, pray that she would be in alignment with God's will. It's so important that God will turn her heart around, to be in alignment with his will. And then lastly, as long as God approves, go ahead with your relationship and shield your man from your mother's rejection as much as you can. Okay, you both should exercise boundaries to protect yourselves and your relationship. Since you're dealing with rejection, until your mom is in agreement with you both, it's important that you both exercise some level of caution and discretion. You know, thank you so much. I believe that has been helpful. Please do share this video so that more people can see it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly support by subscribing and getting your friends to subscribe as well. And then for the recipe, kindly check in the description corner. And to purchase my book or to connect with me via social media or send me a question, also check in the description corner for all the necessary information. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.